Good morning. Kind of crazy situation here, but let's head to London because I've somehow been invited to 10 Downing Street. So I'm going to be off the island for a few days, but the best part about this whole trip is it's my sister's birthday today and she lives in London, so I'm going out for dinner with her tonight, so I'm super excited for that. But I'm just out walking Nuala just now. I'm leaving for the airport in about an hour. It takes about 2.5 hours to get to Inverness Airport, and it's a brilliant wee airport. I absolutely love it. I just filmed a TikTok talking about how much I love it because it's just so simple. You walk in and security gates are like literally on your left as you walk in, and then it's just, I think it's like 2 or 3 departure gates. There's flights to London every day, I think Shetland every day, and there's also flights to Amsterdam every day because apparently the Netherlands are super into Outlanders, so they have such a big fan base there that want to come and visit Inverness, to visit Culloden and see maybe Clavicairns. I think, what's the stones in Outlander called? Craignadoon. Craignadoon was made in a studio, but I think it was a bit inspired by the Clavicairns. So a lot of people go to Inverness to visit these places. So that means there's a flight to Amsterdam, I think every day. That's what Lee said anyway. Which, yeah, brilliant for me because my best friend Kirsty lives between London and Amsterdam, and she is coming to London tomorrow. She was going to be going down on Friday, but she brought her trip forward so she could debrief with me after my visit to number 10. It wasn't an instant yes for me going to this event because, I don't know, it's just, politics are weird, but it's just a funny thought to, life is just one big adventure, and I can now say when I watch the next Prime Minister sworn in, I'll be like, I've walked through that door. And it's like one of those little nuggets that maybe if I ever have grandchildren, I'll just drop in. That I've been to an event at Downing Street and they'll be like, what did you just say, Granny? So that's what I'm thinking about it. Also, it's for Burns Night. It's not on Burns Night, but it's a Burns Night celebration. So that's why I've been invited, which is also really cool because my Scotland, my gorgeous, gorgeous Scotland, and that is it's through my Scottishness that I've been invited to such an iconic place like 10 Downing Street. So I'm quite proud of myself. Also, just it all feels really weird and a bit mad. So also, it means I'm going to miss 2 days of bathroom renovations, so when I get back we'll probably, hopefully, have quite big progress, so that's really exciting. So in case you don't know, Burns Night is a night in Scotland on the 25th of January every year. I think I maybe said this in my last vlog actually, but it celebrates Scotland's national poet Robbie Burns, who was born in Alloway, which is about an hour from where I grew up in Scotland. So I grew up very much in Burns country, I'd say. And we were just super into Burns culture growing up, I guess. My parents speak very thick Scots. We were never one of those families. A lot of children kind of my age would have been told to speak properly if they ever spoke in Scots, which is sad because it was after the Act of Union they tried to kind of get rid of the Scots language to dampen the Scottishness and Scottish identity. And they kind of framed it as this language that made you seem unintelligent. And I feel so lucky that my parents never ever pushed that on me, and they always embraced it and celebrated it. So to be involved in something like this through Burns is really, really cool to me. And I just love Burns. And my favourite poem of his is To a Louse. And there's a line in it that is, oh, what some power the gift to give us to see ourselves as others see us. And it's this poem that's basically, Burns grew up quite poor, and he was in church one day and he was observing this woman sitting in front of him who was really posh, and I think she kind of looked down on Burns and his family, and he was basically watching this little louse jumping around on the hat of this really posh and uppity woman, and he was just kind of thinking that louse sees us as all the same. We are all equal to our core when it comes to a louse that's gonna crawl around on your hat. And I think it's quite a powerful message, and that one always sticks with me. And yeah, part of the message is also saying how powerful it would be if we could see ourselves through someone else's eyes. That's one of my favourite Burns. I have a lot of favourites actually, but that's one that's always stuck with me. He's a big romantic, he's a bit of a rebel, and a bit of a womanizer. We know he's not perfect, okay? But he wrote some bloody good poems. So yeah, this week will be about celebrating him, I guess. I've arrived at the airport and I just had the most beautiful, sunny, clear drive through. It was so, so nice. And I've made really good time. It is 2:10, so I've got about an hour and 45 minutes at the airport. It's a domestic flight, which obviously you need less time for, but I still always like to have extra airport time just to chill, because if I was spending that time chilling at home, I wouldn't be chilling because I'd be stressing about getting to the airport. I'm just walking along the side of the road just now because Lee told me a little sneaky free parking spot not far from the airport. Inverness Airport, I love you, I support you, but I will not pay for your parking, I'm sorry. I did stay in the airport hotel once though and had such a good time. Never stayed in an airport hotel before, it was actually a bucket list thing for me. I've made it to London with absolutely not a single hitch, apart from I had way too many liquids and I had to let my moisturiser and hairspray go. So I'm gonna need to pop out to a Sainsbury's or something now, I think, because I also forgot to bring my sister's birthday card, so I need to get her a new birthday card. But more importantly, my hotel. Lock Hotels are so kindly putting me up for this visit, and I've seen people stay and use Lock Hotels so many times, and I am just so happy to be here in this apartment. When I checked in, the girl was like, oh my god, your view. I'm on the 20th floor. This little country girl. It's wild. Holy. Whoa, no, this is kind of scary but cool. Wow, I can't wait to see this in the daylight as well. This is insane! Is that? I feel like that's a famous... Sorry, I just realised I hadn't actually shown you it. It's quite hard to see on the camera because of the reflections, but is that like... That's the famous building, is it not? I'll show you in the morning, it's so lovely, but I can show you the gorgeous room. I've got the mood lighting on already. I say room, it's a whole entire apartment. We have this kitchen and living area and this lovely room, and there's a robe, and there's... Is this a little welcome hamper? Oh my god, I love, look at this nice bag. Stop it. Oh my gosh. You literally can't go wrong with... Oh, I'm actually starving. I'm gonna eat these right now. This is so exciting. Oh my god. Wait a minute. And there's dolphin wine. Wow, it's like they know my soul. Well, that was unexpected. And there's a TV in the bedroom so I can sit and watch trailers. Oh my gosh, and there's a window here as well to get this view. This is crazy. I'm so happy, so in awe, and need to get myself ready because I'm heading out for dinner with my sister at 8 o'clock. It's 7:15, so I made pretty good time, but I never imagined I'd have that much to play with, so I've got about half an hour to get myself ready, and then it takes half an hour to get to where I'm going for food. So that's the plan. I'm ready to go. I've got my red lipstick on. I wore it on Hogmanay and so many of you left lovely comments about how much you loved the red lipstick. And I did used to wear red lipstick all the time. It was like my signature look, and it would be like a shocker if I went for another colour. And when I moved to Skye, I just stopped. It was like, I don't know, it just never felt appropriate, but maybe that was just me in my head wanting to blend in. So I am trying to bring back the red lipstick. So I feel like London is a good place to do it. But yeah, now I'm heading out to Nessa in Soho for dinner to meet my sister there. I'll show you my outfit. I wore this on my birthday, now I'm wearing it on my sister's birthday, and this skirt, I travelled in this today. And hilariously, these boots are my friend Emily's because we both have black Blundstones. I'm a 7 but she's a 7.5, but last time I was at her house I accidentally left with her shoes on, and then I was at the cinema with her last night and I took her Blundstones for us to switch back, and she forgot mine, and she was like, you need to keep them and wear them to London, because she was like, I can't take away that perfect shoe. It truly is the perfect shoe for like a small bag short visit to London because they're so versatile. They look smart enough, but they're also casual enough. They're just the dream. So she was very kind to let me keep them and send them to London with me. So yeah, me and Emily's boots are heading to Nessa in Soho. My public apology to my sister for how rubbish her card is, but if there's one thing about my sister, she would rather I be on time with a rubbish card than late with a nice card that I made myself late trying to find. So I went to the Nessa corner shop and got this one. Guys, Lauren's back. Remember Lauren from Vlogmas? It's her birthday.
I read all of those comments and some people said some really nice things.
Everyone loves you!
I was like actually taken aback by how nice people were.
People are really nice in the YouTube comments.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I've got this because I live on the internet and you know I live on Instagram, so it's like, you know, those comments, there's a lot to be desired for. So like, you know, I watch Carlin's videos anyway, but like I was checking the comments with a particular focus for this one, see if I needed to go to Basel. I said not.
No,
it was lovely.
You got fun.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Lauren.
Joking about the fact that like it's so good. I'm so excited to see this. I'm just gonna. So it's about this like doctor.
Yeah. Me and Lauren are just having a walk through Chinatown just now. Apparently Lauren's favourite thing is to get a bubble tea and then just walk around.
It's like my, you know, explain a better night than this. You can't.
No.
Go for a nice sweet dinner with someone that you love very much. Like 3 hours just howling.
That time
laughter,
passed
happiness.
so
It
quick.
literally was 3 hours.
Yeah.
We quick walk down to Chinatown, get a bubble tea, wander around for another half hour, go home by midnight. Perfect night.
Good morning. It's day 2 in London and last night was so good. I had the best time. Nessa Soho, the food was incredible. I just feel so happy I was able to treat my sister like that on her birthday. So thank you so much, Nessa Soho, for having us. It was incredible. I had such a good sleep, literally like head on pillow, out like a light until I woke up. And then I've just went downstairs in the hotel because there's a little coffee shop as you walk into the reception. So I got myself a coffee, a croissant and some overnight oats for breakfast. I literally went down with like my jacket over my pyjamas so I could come straight back into my pyjamas when I got back upstairs. Here's the brekkie. I'm going to sit and enjoy that, looking out onto a little foggy London, although I think I'm going to put my croissant in the oven and heat it up. So that can be for pudding and overnight oats for start. Although I have a pretty stressful update for you that my Scottish tap water has almost run out and after that I'm going to have to be on to London tap water. Guys, it's like almost 10:30 and I'm still just sitting in my hotel room drinking coffee in my pyjamas. But honestly, when I'm away places I never do this and it's actually so nice. And the hotel you stay in is such a big part of going away and people never spend any time in them. So I'm like, I'm gonna spend time in my hotel. And I'm loving it. And the place that I'm going for lunch, I'm meeting my agent and Rosie, who's also on the same agency as me. I'm meeting them and it's a 10-minute walk away. So I'm like, I don't want to stray too much from my area because I just need to wander 10 minutes along the street to meet them for lunch. So I'm still here chilling. I'm ready for my lunch. I've got this top from And Other Stories on and these cord trousers from Nobody's Child. So I recently signed with a new agency for like helping me with my social media partnerships. So I was with another agency before, but then they kind of ceased existing, I don't know what you call it. And that was quite sad because I really wanted Scotland-based management. And they were like the first ones that I really came across that were offering that. And then the like same week that that agency came to an end, I got an email from this other agent saying, hey, I've just moved to Scotland and would love to chat to some Scottish creators. And I was like, hello, angel sent from heaven. But she's actually originally from Essex but has moved to Dumfries and Galloway, which is cool because that's the region that I'm from originally. But she's in London today. She's meeting with another creator on her roster called Rosie, who I have followed for years. So being on the same roster as her is so cool. And yeah, I'm going to meet Alana and Rosie for lunch now. I can't remember what it's called. Let me check the message. Babala. Babala? It's called Babala. Babala? I don't know, something like that. So that's where I'm going now. So I'll take you to lunch. So I've just got off the tube at Notting Hill and I'm going to Suzanne because that's where the clothes that I ordered for tonight are from. So I'll just send stuff that I've ordered back and hopefully they have the stuff that I want in the shop. So hopefully I'll have something to wear. Whenever I'm in London, I'm usually in East London because that's where my sister lives and my friend Kirsty. So it's been nice on this trip to come to places that I don't usually go to. But that lunch that I just had was honestly like my dream lunch. It was like mezzy sharing dishes. I'm ready to go. Suzanne didn't have the outfit that I had ordered, but I got this little cord instead. A little nervous that a woolly vest is too casual for number 10 Downing Street, but it's what I'm wearing now. I'm also taking Emily's Blundstones to number 10. I had ordered like lovely knee-high black boots that would have been perfect with a little cord, I feel, but oh well, didn't happen. So I really need to leave now, but I just had a little moment with my TikTok followers, which I thought I would share it with you guys too, that this event is really special to me because I used to believe that my Scottishness would hold me back, and that was why I took so long to start a YouTube channel, because I didn't believe it was a space for me. And a lot of Scottish people have this, they think they have to soften their Scottishness or move away from Scotland entirely to succeed. And to have been invited to an event because of my Scottishness that celebrates Scottishness, it's quite moving, really. I know, like I said, politics are a tricky one, but this is still a pretty huge moment. So let's go to number 10 Downing Street. What in the world? It's very yeah. Cheers! So yummy! Woo! Good morning. It is sunny in London today. Last night, did that really happen? Unsure. What a whirlwind. When I was standing in the queue for like waiting to go in, I was like, what am I doing here? Like everyone around me was talking about like their jobs and like politics and stuff, and I was like, then when we got in, so everyone has to like put your phone in a little ducat, and then but this woman came up to me and gave me a phone. She had like a pile of like 4 phones, and so essentially she gave me this phone to like take content on, and then they'll go approve it all and then send all the photos to me. Then I was like, okay, this is great, because that means I can look out for everyone else that has a phone, because that means they're there and they do potentially similar things to me. Upstairs, when you walk up, it's gorgeous. Like this lovely big staircase. I kind of wasn't expecting it to be so gorgeous in there. I don't know why, but it was stunning. There's this big staircase, and it's got like pictures all the way up the stairs of every prime minister ever. It was just so cool. And I walked in to like the room where everyone was mingling, and I was like, what the hell am I gonna do? I was like, I actually don't know how to go up to people and talk to them. But the phone was my safety net, because I was like, okay, I'll just walk around taking little videos and photos and clips. But also part of me was like, people are gonna think I'm like bad and I've kept my phone when I was meant to hand it in. But so I done a lap of the room, and then by the time I got to the end of the lap, I spotted a girl with a phone, so I beelined for her. And she was called Jasmine, and she's a like makeup and skincare content creator who lives in Aberdeen. So I spent most of the night with her, and then I think it was like the Secretary of State got up and done a little speech, and then Keir Starmer got up and done a little speech. Then he like after his speech came down to like mingle, and in my head I was like, I didn't even consider that I was gonna go speak to him. And then Jasmine was like, so we're gonna go speak to him? And I was like, are we? And she was like, yeah, we have to. You have to. And I was like, okay. So we kind of like followed him around. And then one really cool thing happened. There was like a whiskey tasting stall, and my friend is a brand ambassador for Lindor's Abbey Distillery. It's in Fife, not far from where Lee's from, and a really, really good friend of ours has worked there since pretty much the beginning. And I got a video of the Prime Minister picking up a bottle of Lindor's, like looking at it And then I don't know if he like bought it or something, but it was put away and put into a bag, and I'm like, I so hope that video gets approved because my friend will be so delighted to see that. Then we were like really close to him, and then this guy, I was standing out, I had a glass of red wine, and then a guy kind of like nudged past me to try get himself standing next to Kier to speak to him next, and he literally spilled my red wine all down me. Literally, it was me, like, I was like the distance from the end of the bed to the Prime Minister, and I had red wine spilled all down me. And it's like so humiliating because like it literally was not my fault, but you just feel like an absolute like calamity and like just chaos. But by this stage I was standing with all the other content creator people. We'd found all 4 of us had brought themselves together, and they all got me like a napkin and stuff, so that was nice. And then somehow one thing led to another, and then we were in this like private room with the Prime Minister and taking photos with him and stuff. So it was all a bit of a whirlwind and a blur, but I think it happened. So that was weird. And then afterwards, I literally, it was perfect. I walked out, and then my friend Kirsty came to meet me, and it was so good to just like leave and have someone to word vomit at. So we went and got burgers and then came back to my hotel, and we watched the Traitors and had the wine that the hotel left in my little goodie bag. So I couldn't have pictured a better end to the night, to be honest. And it was so nice to see Kirsty. And now I'm just going to get up and kind of get myself together and just head, I think. Lights at 1:30. What I do want to do is get a Gales. I've seen so many people talk about Gales. I know it's a chain, but I've never had one. I think I want one. So I'm going to get a Gales for my breakfast, and then I'm going to head to the train. So that's the plan for today.
Like to work today?
I'm home, and of course the first place I come is the bathroom to see the update, and I think it's coming along pretty well. I haven't seen the builders, so I haven't spoken to them, so I don't know, but I'll give you a link. So we've got our V-lining on the wall. It's all been plastered, and the kind of water seal stuff is in the shower, so that's the area that's going to be tiled, and our little cupboard door is on. So I'm really happy about this cupboard because it's like, I was worried it was going to be quite obtrusive in this cupboard, but I really don't think it is. I think it's pretty perfect because we rarely use this corner anyway, because it was just a bit round there, and I think you can still access this stuff absolutely no bother. We've got our little wire through for our sconce. All like the kind of window trim has been done. All the trim around the top, extractor fan. So yeah, I think we're ready. Tomorrow, fingers crossed, will be tiles or flooring, and that'll be a big moment. Like, that'll feel like a big step in the progress. So which one it'll be, who knows, but I'm excited. Guys, I'm so happy to be home. We're currently watching the Traitors episode. That is when Francesca gets to be the seer, and she's just chosen Charlotte as the person. This will be going out like more than a week after. And Charlotte is just so savage. It's so crazy what she's done to Freddie. So what a show. I was just going to say, if you haven't watched it, definitely watch, but I've just spoiled everything. But go back and watch season 1 and 2. So good.